I manifested my girlfriend using the song A Moment Like This by Kelly Clarkson. Let me explain. So, at the beginning of 2025, I heard someone say that if you are trying to manifest something really hard and it's a big thing, that you should ask the universe to send you a specific song that's significant to you when your manifestation is close. And so I love Kelly Clarkson so much. And so I decided that I was going to ask the universe that when my life partner, wife, person was close, then they would send me the song A Moment Like This by Kelly Clarkson in some capacity. And I specifically asked that the song would come to me in some capacity when my manifestation was within 48 hours away. And so I waited very impatiently to hear A Moment Like This, and I just didn't for a really long time. And I even kind of tried to cheat. I would put like Kelly Clarkson Essentials on shuffle. It wouldn't come up. So I was waiting and waiting. I kind of had given up on it, and then at the beginning of 2026, I was on a work trip in Phoenix, and one of my coworkers was talking about going to karaoke after work that day, and she knew I loved Kelly Clarkson, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna sing that one song by Kelly Clarkson from when she won American Idol. How does it go? And then she sang A Moment Like This, just a little bit of it, and I was like, but also, does that count? Because it's just like a random person singing it, and I wasn't sure, but I was like maybe that means it's coming. And then when I was sitting in the Phoenix airport waiting for my flight home, I was sitting in a restaurant and I was eating, and they were playing music in this restaurant, and then the music was quiet, and then all of a sudden the music started blaring, and it was A Moment Like This, and I kind of freaked out because I knew. I was like, I think this is real and it's this happening. And so I was ready, and I was so excited. But the thing was, over the next 48 hours, I actually kind of had a lot going on. So I was like, there's actually quite a few places that I could meet this person. And so I just kind of went about my life hoping / knowing that I was about to meet my person. And then pretty close to exactly 48 hours after I heard the song, I went to a birthday party, and I met my now girlfriend, who is amazing and everything that I had been manifesting. And I manifested it essentially using A Moment Like This. So let me explain why I think this method actually works. I think that this method works because the key to manifestation is asking the universe for something and then letting it go. Letting go of what it looks like, how it's coming, the timeline, everything. And that's definitely the hardest part for me about manifestation. And I think what this allowed me to do is let go in a way, because before I set this intention with the universe, everywhere I went, every time I went out, I was always thinking, maybe I'm gonna meet my person here. And once I set this intention with the universe, because I hadn't heard the song, every time I went out, I was like, well, I'm probably not gonna meet my person tonight because I didn't hear the song, so let me just have fun. And I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't looking at every single person I saw thinking, could that be them? Should I talk to them? I was just living my life. And it really allowed me to let go, focus on myself, and just sort of live in a way that I hadn't been living for a while. And I think that essentially worked to bring my manifestation in. So if you want to try this, let me know. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll make a follow-up video.